this is going to be Donald Trump, Ivana's funeral. What is in the coffin? You know she was cremated, right? And that's a huge coffin. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please do like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching.
Hi, I'm Mark. This is my journey through tarot. Come on.
It just seems to me enough people aren't looking into this. I mean, he is a criminal. He is an opportunist. Ivana died at just the right time, which is very interesting on its own. And if I was going to stash a bunch of documents and I had no conscience and there was a big box that could be buried in the backyard for all the world to watch and witness, let's see what the cards say.
Okay, so this will be interesting, more for fun than anything. But let's see what the cards could tell us. I want to know, has he buried those papers in the grave meant for Ivana? And, you know, I've had family members cremated. There's not a lot left when you have them cremated. My mother is on the shelf behind me here in a small, you know, beautiful stone box. So Ivana Trump, huge coffin, very opportunistic time for Trump. So let's just see what's going on. So, excuse me. I always have to cough when I do my videos. So we're going to use this great Druidcraft Tarot. I forgot I always have to dump these out. They don't have a nice way to exit the box. So, and you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm not going to leave this big box on the table. I'm just going to leave this this booklet. That'll be better. So, Ivana Trump. Ivana Marie Trump. You know, let me find a way to... Let's do this first. Let's have our meditation, and then we'll talk. So, here we go. Just a moment. Okay. It just seems to me he would not miss that opportunity. It wouldn't escape him that is a perfect place to put things. And as a grieving family member, I'm sure he'd be allowed access to where the coffin was kept, and it wouldn't be beneath him to sneak some things into that coffin. And I don't even think that he would have put all the documents in there. I think he would have just put, I don't know, maybe the top secret ones. I think that's, if he understood the severity of what his culpability. Yeah. So we're going to do a full Celtic cross. So let's do 6 cards. 1, 2. I feel like there's a lot here that we need to know. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll take another 4 at the end. So Donald Trump, for Ivana, what is in the coffin? Did he bury stuff in there besides her? Signifier card. Okay. Well, this is the Lord. This is an interesting card to get for a signifier. The Lord of the Manor. Everything will be done according to what this guy says. He's got the plan, all right? So this just tells me he is fully fully in charge of whatever is happening here. The challenge to it is the chariot. Well, things happening quickly. That makes perfect sense. She died. It was something, he probably had to make if it occurred to him, he probably had to make like a split-second decision. Okay, this is what I'll do. So he's got the plan, and the challenge to this is whatever plan he had, now things happened quickly. The base of this reading then is the Wheel of Fortune. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune has been turning for everybody in this situation. Unfortunately for Ivana, her Wheel of Fortune came to its end. For Trump, this may have been just the opportunity that he needed to come his way. Oh my gosh. The past of this reading is the Princess of Cups. So in the past, the Princess of Cups, by this point, she had been the queen of the castle when they were married. But by this point, she was just a supportive mother, a back figure, a support figure, a supporting actress in this play that was his life. So I think at this point, she had been the Princess of Cups, the emotional support for her kids. And she was very sympathetic with Donald. She was an ear. He called her regularly, it seems. The sky of this reading is the Princess of Wands. Okay, so the Princess of Wands is a very weak plan, okay? So the Princess of Wands in this deck would kind of be like the Page of Wands, and the Page of the Royal Court is one of the least effective cards, and the Princess would be one of the least effective members of the Royal Court. So the Princess of Wands, that's this plan. It came about so quickly and it wasn't very strong. So Princess of Wands. And then the final outcome for, did he put something in the coffin that wasn't Ivana, is the Hermit. Looking for exactly the right step to take at the right time. I may be stretching these interpretations, but I don't know. So the last 4 cards for what's in the coffin. The Six of Pentacles, doling out the wealth. This kind of gels with what's going through my head about this, is that, he had to decide what documents were important enough to put in the coffin and what documents he could get away with keeping because he wants his trophies to run through his little hands, just like the figure, the precious ring that they want to protect. So, the Six of Pentacles, doling out the value, makes sense for this question. In the environment of what? It's in the environment of being offered something that you don't necessarily want. This is an emotional card, and that's what this Four of Cups represents. So I don't think it would have been his choice to bury stuff in that grave because it's going to be hard to get back at it, except during a renovation of a tombstone. Okay, maybe he decides later, well, let's move her to a more prestigious location in this little family plot. But it's a difficult move. So this opportunity wasn't necessarily what he wanted. It's not necessarily the perfect opportunity he would have chosen. The hopes and the fears, the sun. Oh yeah, everything being discovered, the light shining down on what he's done, and then the likely outcome of what did he put in there. Well, this is the Three of Wands. This would have always been a long-term plan. This is like putting money into that's not very into a vehicle for savings or wealth that's not very liquid. In other words, you can't get at it right away. It's going to take you a while to turn this into money. Those documents, he's got to dig them up, then he's got to sell them, or maybe sell them first and then dig them up. So the Three of Wands, and I bet he took pictures. The Three of Wands, long-term plans. So what does that mean for all of this? Let's draw one more card and see if it gets us just a little bit further on this as far as what's in the coffin. Short-term plans. Short-term plans. Interesting that this is depicted on a beautiful hillside and just a faint outline, almost like you're looking into the ground to see what's in there. I know I'm stretching these interpretations, but let's have fun with this today. So yeah, I think we're on the right track with this. And so just to go over it again, Did he do it? Did he put something in the coffin that wasn't Ivana? Well, here we go. He is the master, the Lord, the guy with the plan. Okay? This is a major arcana, by the way. And what was the challenge of that is that things were happening at a rapid pace. Snap decisions had to be made. The Wheel of Fortune had run its course for Ivana, and it turned at just the right click to give Trump an opportunity. In the past, she had been the emotional support for those kids. I know that for a fact, and for Donald too. And then in the sky of this, but by this point, she was the Princess of Wands. Any plans that she had were just a weak suggestion. The likely outcome of this is that this took some introspection. This took some really trying to think this out, trying to think this ahead, which he wasn't that good at, but that's what this would have required. And then the very meaning of that question, self of that question, with the Six of Pentacles, is doling out that value, deciding, okay, what do I put in the coffin? What can I keep out? Because I can't get everything. I can't get boxes and boxes in there. That's too much. I can stuff some stuff in my pants, in my coat, on my person, and go to grieve over her, and then get stuff in that coffin at that point. It's in the environment of what? There's the Four of Cups being offered some sort of an emotional offer that you don't necessarily want. Wasn't the best plan, but it may have been pretty convenient. And it's in the environment of what? The Sun not wanting this to get discovered. And the likely outcome of the whole thing then, at that point, was this made doing anything with those documents a long-term plan. And just to clarify on that long-term plan is that this was, in fact, a short-term solution, a short-term plan. You can almost see the outline of what might be under the earth there. I like it.
Pretty interesting. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Also, let me know what you want me to read on. Leave me a note in the comments. What do you want me to read on? And I'll read on that. Hey, I'm going to show you the cards now. Hang on.
So this is the Druid Craft Tarot, and it's sort of on the magic of Wicca and Druidity, or Druidry. Maybe that's the correct terminology. Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gom, with illustrations by Will Worthington. Really nice deck. They're a little. The box is fantastic because you really feel like you got a nice quality gift if you gave that. The guidebook is huge, and the only thing I would say is that it's a shame it's not in full color, but it gives you some useful divination for the cards in there. So I like that. The cards themselves, the one gripe I have is that you have to dump them out of the box, which I'm not that happy about. But the cards themselves, they're huge, so some people might find them a little awkward to use, but I like them. And the divination that you get out of them is amazing. There's so much thought that went into each picture, every element of each picture, and so they're very useful in almost any circumstance where you're going to use these. And I like to spread them out like this. If I'm doing a reading with someone, then I usually let them spread them out like this to kind of get their energy into the cards. It's a good way to mix them up without, damaging the cards too much, which is always important to me. So these cards are fantastic. Druidcraft Tarot.
I'm Mark, My Journey Through Tarot. Tomorrow's another day. Stop by, we'll do it again. Ciao for now. 1, 2, 3. You really make a big difference. Thank you.